what would you tell those leaders who are all asking me of who do I know who the BR is? I'm really scared of the BR. Should I prep differently for the BR?
I totally agree with you that it doesn't matter who the bar raiser is. Basically, you should prep for the interview the way that you would prep for any interview. But I think for an Amazon interview, you need to remember that Amazon is pretty different. Their values are pretty different from other companies out there. And so the things that they drill into or care about or how you answer them matters a lot. You can't just do the same as other places. They are very focused on what were the business results, what was the activity you did. So like my suggestion for people preparing for that is so there's these leadership principles, they're published. Look at your resume, look at your background, try to come up with 10 super solid examples that show I that show results that you delivered, where you leaned in, you let it, you made something happen, and there's measurable results. You take those 10 solid examples, see if you can map them to these different leadership principles, and like use them as your pool so that when you're in your interview, you can draw upon them. And when you're answering, you always use the STAR method, right? STAR method of interviewing. Situation,
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
that was great. The STAR method, I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Like, so situation, task, action, and result. What was the situation? What was the task that you did? What was the task at hand? What was the action that you took? And what was the result? And like regardless of Amazon or not, most places train in this behavioral interviewing technique, which says, hey, if you, the best predictor of future results is the fact that you've done this in the past. So basically, you take some solid examples and you try and make them fit this star pattern. And like for Amazon, you should poke holes at it a little and make sure that it has, results, that some of them are numerical, that you had a role. One of the things that I see when I'm looking at candidates is that a lot of times people will say, I owned this or I was responsible for X. Like I see that on your resume all the time. At Amazon, when you're looking at resumes, you don't care what someone owned, you care what they did. And so if
Amen. Yep.
someone, drove costs down by 50%, like improved your cycle time by 20%, like implemented something or the other that didn't exist before. Like these are the type of things that Amazon is looking for in their candidates. And so preparation is about making sure you understand those principles and that you actually have work results that tie and demonstrate those things as well.